Today, we're going to learn how to play Trio. It's a really clever and fast-paced card game of memory and deduction for 3 to 6 players. In this quick explainer, I'll walk you through everything you need to know to get started. So what are you trying to do in Trio? It's simple. Your one and only goal is to be the very first player to collect the right number of special sets, called trios. And what exactly is a trio? Well, it's just what it sounds like, a set of 3 cards that all have the exact same number. Find these, and you're on your way to winning.
All right, let's get this game on the table. The setup is super fast, and you'll be playing in just a couple of minutes.
First things first, we got to deal the cards. Now, how many you deal depends on how many people are playing. Just take a look at this chart. For example, if you're playing with 4 people, everyone gets 7 cards, and the last 8 cards go face down in the middle of the table. So, just to recap the setup, it's 4 easy steps. 1. Shuffle and deal the cards out. 2. Put the rest face down in the center. 3, and this is important, you need to secretly sort your hand from your lowest number to your highest. And finally, step 4, you all decide as a group, are we playing simple mode or spicy mode? We'll get to what those mean in just a bit.
Okay, the game is all set up. Now let's dive into the fun part, how you actually play your turn and hunt for those trios.
So, it's your turn. Your mission? To reveal cards one by one, trying to find 3 that have the same number. But where do you reveal them from?
You've basically got 2 choices. You can flip over any of the face-down cards in the middle of the table, or you can point to any player, yep, that includes yourself, and ask them to reveal a card from their hand.
Now, this next part is probably the most important rule in the whole game, so pay attention. When you ask another player for a card, you can't just ask for any random one. You have to ask for either their lowest card or their highest card. That's it. This is where the whole game strategy lives, so you need to be watching what everyone does. Let's see how this works with an example. It's Isabella's turn. She starts things off by flipping a card from the middle, and it's a 2. Okay, she's seen a 2. Based on that, she decides to reveal her own lowest card. And what do you know? It's another 2. She's 2/3 of the way there. She just needs 1 more to complete the trio.
Because those first 2 cards matched, her turn gets to continue. Now that she's revealed her lowest card, the next card in line becomes her new lowest. She thinks it's a match, takes a chance, and reveals it, and it's another 2. That's a trio. She takes all 3 cards, puts them face up in front of her, and that's the end of a perfect turn.
So, that was a great turn. But let's be honest, it's not always going to go that smoothly. What happens when the cards you flip over don't actually match?
Let's look at another situation. It's Thomas's turn. He starts by asking Nick for his lowest card, which turns out to be a 3. Okay. Then, for his second action, he asks Isabella for her lowest card, and she reveals a 2.
A 3 and a 2. Those are different numbers. The moment 2 different numbers are showing, the turn ends immediately. All the revealed cards are turned back face down in their original spots. But here's the thing. Now everyone at the table has new information. Play just moves on to the next person.
Okay, so now we know how to find trios, but how do you actually win the game? Well, that depends on which mode you chose at the beginning, simple or spicy.
In simple mode, it's pretty straightforward. The first player to collect any 3 trios wins. But in spicy mode, you only need to collect 2 trios, but they have to be connected. So what does connected mean? If you look closely at the corners of the cards, you'll see tiny numbers. So for example, if you've already collected the trio of 7s, you'll see a little 9 and 4 in the corners. This means if your second trio is either the 9s or the 4s, your trios are connected, and you win spicy mode.
But there is one number in the deck that changes everything. It's a special number that plays by its own rules. And that number is the 7. Honestly, this trio is a complete game changer. It doesn't matter if you're playing simple or spicy mode. It doesn't matter how many trios anyone else has. If you collect the trio of 7s, you win the game on the spot. It's the ultimate trump card.
Before we wrap up, I've got 2 important pro tips for you. These are just a couple of rules that are easy to forget when you're first starting out.
First, you can absolutely ask the same player for a card multiple times in one turn. So if you reveal their highest card and it's a match, you can immediately ask them for their new highest card. And second, just remember that the lowest or highest rule also applies to you. When you decide to reveal a card from your own hand, it has to be your current lowest or highest.
And that's everything. You now have all the rules you need to play your first game of Trio. Go have fun.